on Entertainment so time coming out with another recap. We talking Baddies East episode 10. Okay, this episode was good, especially towards the end. Okay, the board was a snooze fest. Okay, so Tasiki and Smiley are talking, and they're sort of catching up about what's been going on in the house. They really could have left this scene out. Tasiki's really drained from all the drama. She feel like she's living in a house with a whole bunch of meatball ass niggas, and she feels as if Biggie's misunderstood. So she asked Smiley like, "Hey, what do you think about Biggie?" And she thinks she's misunderstood. And Smiley says she thinks Will Vicky was misunderstood too. I think Will Vicky was understood. That's the thing. They understood her too much because of the clout. That's what it really was. So I don't think Will Vicky was misunderstood. I just think she was too understand. They were too understanding. That's what it was. Okay. And then they mentioned Anna Mac fighting with her rings on. Was there a scene cut or something like that that we didn't get to see? Because that fight, the last time Anna Mac fought was when she fought Thomas the Train, DJ Sky. And that was a minute ago. So, like, did they cut something out that we didn't see? I'm on your ass, Zeus. Okay? They mentioned Natalie wants to see them at the estate. Okay? Madam Nunn is requesting that all the girls gather to meet in the house for a meeting. AKA, we're going to meet in the house because we need to fight for this episode. So let's all gather up. Other than that, go to your quarters. Okay? That's what it's called for, really. So Anna Mac and Biggie end up going to the emergency room. So Anna Mac says on the way to the emergency room, I guess Biggie was on the phone like, okay, Backpack Boys. Yeah, like, bro, Rolly said, my nigga, that I wasn't a part of fucking Backpack Boys. And like, the bitch bit me. You feel me? I'm on the way to the ER. I'm with this new bitch. I don't fucking know who this is. Like, she got like red hair or some shit. But like, anyways, like, I'm a replacement. They got me coming as a replacement. I should have been an original, you feel me? Like, I'm finna teach this bitch some shit. Because it's like, they got me messed up, bro. Like, really? And I'm finna clock it with Teddy, okay? Clock it. Like, I'm finna clock it. So, I guess Biggie was on the phone just doing that. I ain't gonna lie, I believe Anna Mac. I believe her, but I think Anna Mac already had an attitude from her finger being broken. But I do believe Biggie. Biggie seems to me on the type of person when she on the phone, you hear her whole conversation. Like when you in a corner store or you just in a store in general, and you just hear somebody talking like, "Hey, yeah, I know, right?" Like it's one of those where it's like, "Girl, like you know they not here in person, right? You don't have to be that loud." So I could see Biggie doing that, I guess, on the phone. So what I don't like, the Animac said she was speaking Spanish and stuff. Animac, don't you understand Spanish? Aren't you Dominicana? Like Big Biggie, okay? So why were, you feeling a way that she's speaking Spanish and English? It's not like you didn't really understand. That's the little racist stuff that like it gets on my nerves. Like, oh my God, like we get she says Spanish words like Jesus Christ. Cause my whole thing is y'all can't be hypocrites. Cause let's say if the bitch was African and she was out here speaking an African language and African dialect, and they was doing that to her, y'all be like, oh, y'all racist, y'all colorist. No. Y'all gotta keep that same energy for everybody. That's what it is. That's why that Walla Walla thing Rolly keeps saying I don't think is cute. Because if they said some racial thing to you and called you something out of line, you would have felt away too. And call you a big fat gorilla, you would have, oh, that's racist and stuff. So it's like, y'all got to keep the same energy for everything else. So they get to the counter of the emergency room. And to me, Anna Mac gives me the type, she's a nightmare as a customer. Like when she not happy, she gonna give you a hard time. She just gives me that energy. So at the counter or whatever, I guess she was telling, I guess the lady in the front kind of like to hurry up or something. So Biggie was like, okay. So like that's what you were saying to me, okay? Because okay, thank you, honey. And the moment Anna Mac walked up, she like, this fucking bitch. So you could kind of tell Anna Mac was already irritated by the time they got to the emergency room. That she was already on one, right? So it cuts to, we just see Anna Mac just walking outside like, bro, she not gonna be talking to me like that. Like, that's crazy. She not gonna be talking to me like that. Apparently, Anna Mac ended up popping Biggie with a towelette. Okay? And just hopefully it wasn't the same towelette that freaking Smiley's been using. Oh, you know, clean towelette. So it was some towelette that Anna Mac had it slapped Big Biggie with it. And I don't know if she thought it was a Dominican flag or what. She slapped Big Biggie with it, right? So we get flashback to T and Camila and Sky. So Camila and Sky kind of pull up on T, and T doesn't stay in the house with any of the girls. And they start talking about the situation. And she thinks that ET Boots with the Fire likes her. Now, I do think that could be true. Now, ET's a lesbian. Well, she's bi, but you know, she's a lipstick lesbian, and Rolly is the man, right? Y'all know ET and you know Queen D had that little thing going on the Academy for the girls who watch Now That's TV. If y'all don't even know what the heck I'm talking about. That's why y'all need to, you know, watch everything. So she is into girls. So that may be the case that she feels like you're a little bit too bougie and you stingy with your cootie cat. How you do it like that? Good God, how you do it like that? Because I'm stingy with my cootie cat. Stingy with my cootie cat. La negrita, bad big process, tita. Like, you feel me, T? You look like you stingy with the cootie cat. Okay, that's why apparently, allegedly, you didn't take Mr. Lemmy Pepper's offer. You're not gonna tell your business. But anyways, so I think that may be something. You never know. Some people be crushing, and it's kind of their way of showing it. But yeah, that's what she was kind of joking. You could tell she was joking. I don't think she seriously thinks that, right? My whole thing with T is, though, why would you come to the show when you know the basis of the show? You know how the girls all stay together, whether it be in separate houses or not. This season, I don't like the way that they're doing it, because at least the past seasons, they at least attempted to have all the girls in the same house. This season is too split. It's like weird. Like, it doesn't seem like a show. It seems like a production. Like, I'm watching like a set comedy play. Like a set sitcom. Like, I meet together, baddies meet together, they go to the other house. Like, it comes across too produced this season with the house situation, and I don't really like it. So T, I feel like if you're not living in either house, girl, you shouldn't have came Bookie back. Girl, what you doing here? Like, you should have stayed home. And I like T, but I'm just being honest, okay? Camila the whole time was giving her a side eye when she was telling the story. She like, spoiled asshole. So T's like, you know, like, not everybody likes my energy. You feel me? Like, some people, when you're bubbly and happy, girls get intimidated. I agree with that 100%. I feel like the same way that she does sometimes too. Like, sometimes when I'm around certain people, I could tell they don't like me just because, like, I'm like funny and like, you know, I'm a little hyper and stuff like that. So it's kind of like some people got some demons in them. They don't like that. They don't. That's the thing with people. People don't like when other people like you. They hate that. It don't. Sometimes it's not even you. It's the fact that other people like you. That bothers their soul. That does something in them because they're not liked. So it makes them feel away. So I get exactly what T was saying. And she was saying that, like, when it comes to the whole confidence thing, she likes being around confident girls and stuff. So you should feel like, I'm that girl. I'm she, her. And if you don't feel like that, like, girl, what are you doing? So I agree with that too, right? I just don't think she should have did the show if she was going to have like her own accommodation, stuff like that. But can you really blame her after her getting done the way that she was done, literally fighting for no reason? I won't understand none of these bitches. Okay. So we see Sapphire and Suki and the Coochie Girls. Okay. It's the Coochie Girls. All right. So they're talking, and Suki is not looking forward to Natalie's house because she thinks that they won't be able to handle the Coochie Girls. Okay. And she says she doesn't really hang around a group of girls because of the jealousy of it all and everything. It's going to be like a new experience to her, right? Sapphire says she's lived with roaches before, so she could live with the girls. That's not the same thing, Dookie Bite. Okay, just because we have a biting animal by the name of Vegan Bites Enterprises, aka Roly Poly, doesn't mean it's the same thing. All right, not all animals bite. I'll just say it. But Sapphire lets us know mysteriously and all, you know, ominous. I have a question for a certain baddie. And she doesn't really let us know who. So I'm like, ooh, who could she be talking about? Right? So they get to Natalie's house, and Natalie catches the girls up on the beef, right? Mind you, Sapphire is extremely pretty, by the way. Like, the color blonde, everything on her looks good. Like, Suki picked the right friend to bring along. Thank God she didn't bring, a funny looking motherfucker along with her, because Sapphire is really, really pretty. All right. So Natalie, I'm tired of you. You're a liar. Okay. She's catching the girls up on the beef. She's like, like Biggie, she was talking mad-ish on Bigo. She was, doing the most on Bigo, and like they were calling each other fat. And she said that, at least I could see my punani, and that Rolly couldn't even see her punani. And like, yeah. And Rolly was just like, wow, I thought that we were friends. And this is just crazy. And she even caps even more. And she was like, she kept calling her about Stunner Girl even after the show was done. It was just insane. I don't believe that not one bit. When were Biggie and Rolly ever friends? Natalie lied so much in this scene, her chin started to grow. I swear. I said, are you serious? Like, you're such a liar. Like, Biggie was talking crap on Bigo. I will say that part is true. But don't make it seem like they had this bestie friendship and, Biggie just switched up on her. They never really liked each other like that, especially after the reunion and especially after auditions. So I don't get it. Don't be trying to rewrite history like we don't be keeping up with the tea. Okay? And then also, she starts talking about the T situation, and she says that T came in like, hi, which T did come in sarcastic. That's something I would do. That's why I like T. Like, a lot of stuff she do, I would do. No love shade. Like, you're not gonna clown me, Dage. I'm gonna clown you first. Yeah. So she came in all hyper and stuff like that. She was imitating her. You could kind of see the jealousy when it comes to T on Natalie. Like, I don't get, like, you feel such a way about her, but that was supposedly was your friend and y'all hung out before. Like, you clearly feel a way about T. Like, you're not being executive producer this season. It's giving your cast. Like, we need to take that EP title away from you, Miss Nunn. You're supposed to be partial. You're supposed to be fair. I don't ever see an EP, picking sides. You're no better than Miss Nostrils. Next thing you know, you're gonna start communicating with your nose like Shawnee. Face ass. I'm just saying, like, I don't really like that. Like, you're just picking too much of a side at this point. So Smiley apparently texted Suki's phone and said, "Oh, I just beat up your friend Mariah." I'm like, oh, Smiley's a bold girl, right? And she probably got her number from the black market. Y'all know she gets, information from the black market. So that's where she probably got it. And Suki said she cussed her out. She like, girl, what the you texting my phone like that for? If you're not trying to eat niggas ass with me, who you even think you talking to? Okay, she cussed her clean out. And she still doesn't know how she got that number. All right. I'll get to a little bit more Smiley later on. Like I said, things I've heard about Smiley living like down here and stuff like from people, they're either really good or really bad. Like really bad. Like, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. We'll talk about a little bit more in a little bit, okay? Nothing in between, I will say that. Anna Mac, you guys, is on the bus and she's telling the girls how, what happened. And she says that Biggie was on the bus acting like a brat, and that I guess Biggie was like, yo, roll my weed, nigga. Like, I'm on the phone, nigga. Yo, I'm trying to make another deal with Backpack Boys, nigga. Like, hold this real quick. Hold it. Yeah. keep going. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, yo. You. So apparently she was acting like she was Big Meech, Big Hoover. I think I'm Big Meech, Larry Hoover. Put in the work. Hallelujah. Okay, she was acting like she was like that girl. I'm telling you, I believe Anna Mac. I would be lying if I said I don't believe her. I do believe her. But I just think Anna Mac was already in a mood and Biggie made it worse. Because Biggie's very hyper. All right. So she said she was telling her, how to be a good OG and how to, stay in the game of baddies in the baddies land. And she felt like, Biggie was talking at her and not to her. I could see that too. Okay. And she said she had to slap her with the blanket to kind of wake her up. And that's why she did it at the hospital. And that's why she ended up snapping like that. I wonder why they didn't show the footage of the hospital. They probably got it, but they couldn't show it due to legal purposes. Like they probably couldn't keep filming in that hospital. So that would have been a key if we were able to see the footage. I ain't even gonna lie to you. All right. So Natalie's at the house doing baddie shot o'clock. So all the girls are coming down until the house B gets to the house. And Rolly, Why you got your cheeks out like that? Oh, it was giving Patrick. Cheeks out, teeth out, bite marks in a fight. Like, it was just crazy. I'm like, Rolly, it was just not necessary for you to have your cheeks out like that. Like, we know you got a BBL raw. Like, it's okay. We see it. Okay. I'm just saying. Rolly had her cakes out, buzz out. She come out, she beat. So all the girls start taking shots and stuff. And Scotty says that she hopes the girls have she doesn't even say adequate, she said adequacy for the house. So you can't spell and you can pronounce. Oh, cool. So House B comes in. They came on positive vibes though, and Sapphire noticed that, and I'm like, yeah, because those are the lit bitches. Okay, those are the ones that actually have fun. That's not miserable talking about people. So they came in like, woo, partying, having fun or whatever. And they're all drinking, getting to know each other. The girls are wondering, where's Biggie? Where's Biggie? Sky was like, oh yeah, Rolly, you bit her. This is Rolly. I bit her? Huh? What? No, I didn't. She didn't even sound sure. I said, Rolly, like, you gonna really just sit up here and just lie to us like we're dumb? Y'all really think Big Biggie, her arm, as the circumference that it is, would reach and do like this? Dab, and bite in the middle of a fight when your hands are supposed to be like this. Y'all really gotta like think and like really roll. And you swear it on your kid. She swear on her kids. Y'all said, "Ooh, you going to hell? You going on you going to hell? You swear on your son, roly poly. You lied. You know damn well you better." Okay, thank you, Anna for having some sense and knowing like and being like, "Hey, girl, like come on now, you better like stop." Not like some of the other girls, Scotty talking about, "I don't know." You know she better. Like, don't even try to save her face. Like, come on now. Like, let's all keep it a buck. You bitter. It's okay. Red bit Natalie. You see how Natalie gets very hush-hush when it comes to that topic because she knows all too well about getting bit. Yeah, uh-huh. It wouldn't be the first time you see a big bitch bite. Oh, anyways. So, speaking of hospitals, Rolly says, Smiley, what about you? What's it to you, bitch? Where's your discharge papers? Right? So Smiley tells her story about the miscarriage because Rolly's like, I really do not believe you. Thank you, Rolly, for being not scared of calling it out. Okay, that's what I like about you, Rolly, when you're honest, not lying. So she tells Smiley, I don't believe your story. There's some inconsistencies in your stories. Okay, so she lets her know that, and Smiley's like, well, I ain't gonna lie to you, like, so like this what happened. I had got like pregnant, like I think I got like pregnant like 3 months ago. I had my pen for like 3 months, and then like I started like throwing up. I started like, you feel me, like throwing up everywhere. And then my nigga was like, "You good?" And then yeah, I was like, I feel like I'm good. But then like I went to the show and like I started drinking and stuff, and I just started throwing up. It was just like pools of blood everywhere, like. It was just crazy. I thought a nigga was like a vampire or some shit. And like next thing, no, after like fighting and shit, like I go to the hospital, I feel like I got a miscarriage. And I'm like, this story don't even sound accurate, Smart. I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm not gonna sit up here and cap. I don't care what city anybody's from. It didn't sound accurate. I'm sorry. It did not. It did not at all. It didn't sound accurate. It sounded like she came up with it a little bit on the spot. It just didn't sound true. Biggie enters the scene, y'all. So she's like, wait, what's going on? Biggie, where you get them shades from? I want it. Them shades was nice, Biggie. Okay, so she's like, what's up? And she's like, there go Rolly being negative. Nah, it's because Rolly not scared to say and what people low-key are thinking. I'll give her that. Okay, I will give her that. So we see her ask about the discharge papers. So they're like, what happened to the discharge papers? So she doesn't have a clear answer to that. And also, apparently, the discharge papers were posted and it was a word spelled incorrectly. Anybody that knows anyone that works in the medical field, that is like a big no-no. Okay, so it's like that doesn't happen like, on a daily occasion. It's rare. So that was already a red flag. Plus, you admitted the black market. It's not looking too good for you, Smile. Okay, that smile is gonna turn upside down. So, and also when Animax said it's true, they would never let you out the hospital without discharge papers, like at all. So after Rolly says her bit, Suki decides to confront. Suki's like this. Listen, I don't know where you think you from or whatever, but like I'm not that type of bitch. I'm not a messy bitch. You feel me? So it's like I'll be doing my OnlyFans. I'll be eating niggas' ass. I got a good coochie, but I'm not on that messy bitch tip. So when you text me talking about you beat this bitch ass like she my bitch, that's not my bitch. So what you was doing with that text? What you thought you was doing? Because that was real messy. And you supposed to be a lady. So what you think you doing? Whole time Sapphire gets up like this, like the mummy. Here's the thing with the text. You shouldn't have texted her that. And Smiley says her friend texted her that through her. That's the thing with Smiley. It's always like a twisted up, upside down story. It's like you can't tell her straight. This will happen. This will happen. This will happen. Right? So she says the friend texted her through her phone to Suki. But still, your friend shouldn't have did that. Because if you text someone, hey, I beat up your friend, that's like saying, bitch, you're next. That's basically what it's saying. I mean, come on now. That's what you're saying. Like, bitch, you're next. I just beat up your friend. Come get your lick back. Okay? So, also, Sapphire asks her, did you melt your ring? Did you melt Mariah's chain to get your son a ring? Smiley says no. Next thing you know, Roly Poly throws a drink. This is where Roly loses me. That was so unnecessary. Why you had to splash the bitch like that? She was already awake, but you splashing her like that with that damn drink. That was so unnecessary. So Smiley gets up, she takes off her coat, and next thing you know, Mariah Lynn just hauls off on her, start beat, and start booka baka boo her. Also with Smiley, this is what I wanted to say. I did have a friend who called and told me how she was this is alleged, of course, that she was throwing baddie premiere parties for herself in Miami before the cast was even dropped. So those are the clout tasting type of stuff that I guess Suki was probably referring to, that she was throwing these little premiere parties for herself. Like, I wanted cast before the cast was announced. That's why a lot of people be saying like these casts be pre-picked. So that is something that my friend told me that she did, and like amongst other things, which I'm gonna give her grace. Members, y'all find out the tea. Anyways, I get you being frustrated, really, but you shouldn't have threw that drink at her. So Mariah starts swinging at her, and Smiley tackles her down into the couch. Mariah gets up, and Suki starts screaming at her like he was like she was Julius off of Everybody Hates Chris. Get your chain back from my vote. Get your chain back from my vote, okay? I'm gonna be in the shower. Every time you're in the shower, I'm gonna be thinking about that chain. When you're in your sleep, you're gonna be thinking about that chain. Okay, it was one of those. It was like an Everybody Hates Chris moment. So Suki's like, get your chain back, get your chain back. So Mariah gets up, she's like, oh no, I gotta get my chain back. So she runs into the kitchen. Mind you, the whole time, I felt bad for Smiley a little bit in this, because we just see her, apparently, it looks like she was over the sink just throwing up. So she just throwing up in the sink. Mariah comes in and starts swinging at her. This what you should have did, Mariah. Instead of swinging at her, you should have snatched her chain like Stunner Girl did Big Biggie. Okay? That's what you should have did. You need some more lessons from Stunner how to take a bitch chain. That's what you really should have did. You should have snatched that Smiley chain up on her chest, because I think it said Smiley. It would have been a wrap. So then you got my chain, I got your chain. We switching chains. How about that? That's what would have been the smartest thing to do. Not punching her. All right? Or if you was fighting her, you should have been aiming for that chain, not for her face. So after this happens, the episode kind of cuts off. But Sapphire, it looks like in the preview, you tackle her down. Listen here, Sapphire. We don't need another ET boost with the fire. Okay, we already got one ET boost with the fire. We don't need another ET boost with the fire. So sit down, girl. It didn't look like you jumped her, but it looked like you tackled her. It looked like you was trying to take a chain off of her neck. Okay? Chain snatching bitches. I'm just saying. This episode though was good towards the end. All right. Let me know what you guys think down below. And also, do you guys think she is lying about the miscarriage? When it comes to the miscarriage, I feel like she had an abortion. And this is alleged. This is my opinion. The reason why I think that is because I feel like she found out she was pregnant and she didn't want to keep it anymore and disguised it as a miscarriage in order to not say, hey, I aborted the baby, because some people in that house may not agree with that decision and would have felt like, wow, you aborted a whole baby just to stay on the show. That's what it's giving to me. But I do think she was pregnant. I don't think she's just making up that she was pregnant, because that's like wild. Okay? Let me know what you guys think down below, and we're out, babies.
No personal thing.